Hello everybody, it is October 7th, 2016, and I am Dan Arel from the Gamers Archive for the Emperor's League Corner section of the channel, and today we're going to be discussing Day 6 of the League of Legends World Championship group stages. Let's do a quick recap on yesterday's games. Day 5, I didn't do too bad. I went 5-2. I think two of the games that I lost had to do with like Albus Knox. So we'll get to that in a second. 21-10 overall, not too bad. I predict about every 2/3. So could be worse, could be a bit better though. But let's do a quick rundown on these games. First off, we saw Rocks Tigers take out G2 Esports, Albus Knox Luna take out CLG. So then CLG come back and take out G2. Then we saw Albus Knox take out the Rocks Tigers. Then we saw G2 Esports take out Albus Knox Luna. Then we saw Rocks Tigers take out CLG. And then for our first place tiebreaker, we saw the Rocks Tigers take out Albus Knox Luna. So as far as my prediction went for the very first video of the League Corner, I got one of the two right for the group. I picked Rocks Tigers first in their group. I really don't think that's much of a surprise. The big gut buster for me was the Albus Knox. Of course, I had CLG coming out of the group in second place, so that right there is a little bit busted. But luckily, I didn't have CLG going very far, so it's not like further into the tournament was my predictions really that ruined. But it is a big congratulations to Albus Knox Luna, not only getting the most wins by a wild card team. They have 5. They went 5-1. I'm sorry, sorry, 4-2. 4-2. They went 4-2. Double the wins, the previous record for a international wildcard team in the World Championship. So not only did they break that record, but they also became the very first international team to make it out of the group stages. So congratulations to them. They will be going against a number 1 from another group. So a lot really to look out for. But today we are talking about Group C between EDG, INTZ, AHQ, and H2K. As we take a look at the standings, so far we have EDG and AHQ sitting in first place with a 2-1 record, and then H2K, an international wildcard, INTZ, sitting at 1-2 in third place. So we're going to start off the predictions with game number 1 between EDG and INTZ. Now, we saw INTZ take out EDG last week. Complete upset. Nobody thought it was going to happen. The fact that the number 1 Chinese team was 0-1 starting off, and the international wildcard was 1-0. Everybody completely lost their mind. It was insane. It was such a crazy game. EDG seems to be back, because ever since that loss, they kind of bounced and started trumping teams like how they were back in LPL summer. So I do have EDG winning this game pretty handily. INTZ seems to be kind of like struggling after they won. Feel like their goal was to win one game and then kind of just fade away. But EDG seems to be rolling out all cylinders here, where INTZ really has been kind of faltering, having a hard time getting out of the gates. I think EDG will establish an early dominant lead, and they will not look back. They will definitely take the game. Following, we have AHQ versus H2K. I believe AHQ won the game last week. I'm really not entirely certain. I can't remember, but in this game, I do have. I'm going with AHQ. I do think AHQ is not really the strongest of teams right now, although they ended last week better than how they kind of started it out a little bit. But H2K, I just don't. It's just always one little mistake. I think I remember their game against AHQ last week. It was because I remember that That one play when Ryu was on cast by Baron, completely just, he was caught out. And that's what screwed the game for them. They had a pretty good, it was a very close game, but it was just that one missed position that really allowed AHQ, they allowed AHQ to take the Baron and then just run down, take objectives, turrets, and just start pushing and pushing, and they pretty much won the game off of that one play. Or they didn't win the game, but they pretty much sealed the deal with just that one play. I do think they're going to win, but I don't think it'll be that way. I think HQ kind of can read H2K better than H2K can read AHQ. So many numbers, so many letters. AHQ is going to win. Then after that, H2K will stay on stage as they will battle EDG. This is another win that I have. Chalk it up for EDG. I do think that they are going to completely win out after, dropping their first game. I'm really, really excited to see the bottom lane between Deft and Miko going against Forgiven and Vander. That is going to be a great matchup again, but you got to look at the Chinese in this. Deft is a better player than Forgiven. Miko is a better support than Vander. It's just no question. Following that game will be INTZ taking on AHQ. I have no reason to believe that AHQ will make it out of. I'm sorry, INTZ will make it out of another game. Seeing, of course, like I said, how they started last week, and then how they ended last week, they're really showing the level of the level of skill difference between CBLOL and the mainstream regions like North America, Europe, Taiwan, Korea. I guess Taiwan really isn't like a major platform, but it's like an A tier to the mainstream S tiers. But I don't see them getting a win off of AHQ. I think they're in prime position to make it out of this group. Now, I do believe that in my first video I did pick H2K, so I'm kind of marking myself a loss from that one. Not really 100%, not yet, but we will see. And then it'll be INTZ will stay on stage and battle H2K. I do think INTZ maybe could win a game off of H2K if they can get another early lead. If they can get an early lead on H2K and really snowball, because H2K likes to play a really slow style and pace. Like, remember last week's game versus AHQ? That was one of H2K's better games as a team, because they like to play a bit, at least they've shown at Worlds, they like to play a more slowed pace. They don't like to do, these breakneck speed plays like we're seeing the Chinese and the Koreans do. Well, that plays to INTZ's style, though. INTZ's, we saw, they like to go hard. These wildcard teams have been coming in and just going pedal to the metal. If you've looked like Albus Nox Luna, for instance, they've been playing so in your face, so heavy, so fast that the Rocks Tigers had a hard time catching up with them until the tiebreaker game. But that's another group. That's a different story. So I will have INTZ eking out the win on H2K here. So I think they're going to end up with 2 wins. They're going to go 2-4. And now, as we're seeing, if my predictions are correct, we will have 2 4-1 teams in the final game, AHQ versus EDG. This will be already the tiebreaker of who will be the first seed, who will be the second seed, and I have it being EDG. I don't think anybody in this group really holds a candle to EDG. If anybody would hold a candle, it would be AHQ, but I don't see EDG dropping a game today. INTZ struggling, H2K struggling, AHQ struggled at times. So, granted, AHQ did not lose to the international wildcard team, and I don't have them losing today to them either. I think that was just kind of a slow start because we've seen sometimes the Chinese, like, they have a bit of a slow start. They don't really come out of the gate super fast like we see with the Koreans. So I do think EDG is back, and I think they will end this group 5-1. And I do have AHQ being the second team out of the group at 4-2. I thank you guys for watching this video with me. If you guys would like, you can follow this channel on Twitter at Gamers Archive NA. If you have any questions, any feedback whatsoever, feel free to shoot us an email at thegamersarchivepodcast@gmail.com. Thank you again for watching, and we will be back tomorrow to recap Day 6 and give you the Day 7 predictions of Group D. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed tonight's matchups, and we will see you back tomorrow.